Hey guys, Footy Focus Podcast, trade period recap with Max and Shez.
Yeah, special edition.
It's taken a while to be back. So obviously going to recap the AFL trade period. So we'll talk about the Trade Radio. That's probably the best listen of the last 2 to 2.5 weeks.
Did you listen to much of it?
I had it on work for the last week and a half when I wasn't working.
Okay, yeah. Was it good? Was it repetitive?
I was a bit of padding for like the first week and a half, and then when the trade started rolling in, obviously there was a bit more action. How about you? Did you listen to it at all?
A little bit on the way home, just on the train. Not so much in the mornings.
Yeah.
Just because, like you were saying, there was not a lot happening, a lot of padding and things like that. But I did sort of follow it. I'd read the articles at the start of the day and follow it a little bit at lunchtime, but it's pretty much on the way home and a little bit at night. So
that's when you see what happened the whole day.
Yeah, I wasn't too invested in it compared to previous years.
North didn't have much to do.
I don't know what it was. Maybe a combination of things. I think that's maybe the main one. But sort of you get to know the routine of what happens. Clubs just don't do anything until the last couple of days. So maybe a bit of that. Maybe the media sort of overhyping it a bit. So now it's this coverage, like so much coverage that it's sort of the market's oversaturated.
Well, deadline day they had like a live stream, so you could see which recruiters come into the room, so you kind of guess what trade's happening.
That would have been good, like especially if your club's involved.
I was watching the last 30 minutes and I think there was 6 or 7 trades, so that was pretty exciting, but the rest of it obviously is
a lot of padding and a lot of speculations. That's the other thing that annoys me, like a lot of guesswork, and I guess the media's paid for that, and if they haven't got facts to report on, because managers and players aren't telling them something, they have to say something. So
and we'll get to that. We'll talk about Wines a bit later. Well, you reckon, while you're on the padding, you reckon there should be 2.5, what's it, 15 days?
It's about a week and a half. I think the length's long enough. Like I think a few years ago it was like 3 weeks or something.
That's way too long.
I think the length is okay. It's pretty good.
Because the deals that are going to get done regardless, even if it was a week. That's just my opinion.
I understand the movement of players is now more fluid than it's been. So fair enough. You can't do it in a week. Week and a half seems about right.
Yeah. So maybe go through about your best sleeper move. Like the move that's not...
Do you want to go first? Because I might have to think about it a little bit.
I've got Ed Langdon. So he got traded. Bunch of picks involved in the trade, but he got traded for essentially a second rounder. So he's a speedy wingman, which the D's need. Like they played Nathan Jones and Angus Brayshaw on the wing at times, which is not really suited to their game. A bit like Port, actually, a bit too inside heavy on the midfield, and he's had 25 disposals averaging last year, so he should really add to their midfield.
Is he a good kick? I don't really know.
Well, he was going at 70%.
That's not too bad.
It's not as good as Brad Hill on the other wing, but it's much better than what they were doing last season, so it's an upgrade. Anyway.
So for Melbourne, they get Langdon, so
And Tomlinson on the other wing, obviously, as well.
Yeah, Tomlinson's not a great kick, so they were saying he'll be more of that swingman
utility,
but a sleeper pick. I'm just having a look through. A couple of injured players and experienced players went through. Like Hawthorn got Jonathan Patton. Not sure how that's going to work. I guess they don't need that ruckman resting forward anymore. They have Patton along down the line option. So
they could rebuild his body like they did with Scully then.
They're not too bad with the injured players. Maybe I'll talk about Lewis Taylor. Maybe that's a bit of a sleeper there. He was a Rising Star winner a couple of years ago, and just fell out of favour. So I'm not too sure why. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't win too much contested ball. Maybe
he's just playing as a half forward, isn't he? That kicks goals as well.
Yeah.
Was he in Bont's draft as well?
Yeah.
So he beat out Bont for the Rising Star.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Sometimes his Rising Stars don't work out, but he went to Sydney, so I thought if they got him, then maybe Papley was going out the door, but they managed to keep him. So.
So what do you get traded for?
A 3rd round pick. Currently 48, so it's probably about right. Like I mean, anything in the top 50 has a little bit of value, so it's still a bit of value there. But Sydney have a knack of turning average players into good players, so they might back their culture and system in.
While you mentioned Papley, you reckon he got overhyped? You were talking before about how players get talked up a bit too much because you probably thought he was like a top 5 Brownlow medalist.
I don't think out of Sydney wanted to pick 9. I think.
Carlton wanted to pick 9.
Carlton, yeah. Oh wait, no, Sydney wanted to pick 9.
Oh, for him, yeah.
For him, yeah. And that's a bit too high. I think like if we were in the race, if we wanted to get him, we would have had to given up pick 9. Might have meant like a third coming back, but no, I see them. He had a good year. He did have a pretty good year, and he's a proven sort of small forward. He's better than Jack Martin anyway, but I wouldn't want to give up
pick 9.
Pick 9.
Well, it's a top 10. Like he's, as you said, he's had one good year. Like he kicked 37 goals, 28 behind. So he's had a lot of score shots, and I think a 20 goal assist as well. So I think he was just probably talked up a bit too much, like he was the messiah for the Blues.
Yeah, just because he's on a big contract and like a 4-year deal. Yeah. I don't see how that means that the club wanting him needs to give up more. Like, a player's worth what he's worth. I don't know if you want to. If it's a 1-year contract or a 4-year, it doesn't make a difference. If he's uncontracted, that's a bit different because the club.
Well, he's got like 3 years left, right? 2023.
So somewhere around pick maybe 15-ish would have been a bit more fair, but might ask you Jenkins to the Cats. So they got Stevens and Jenkins. Yeah. Are they topping up to have another tilt at the flag with this move?
Yeah, well, you kind of have to. You got Ablett, they've recontracted Harry Taylor. And obviously, Selwood's nearing the end as well. He's still obviously a gun player, but
they still have a lot of good players, like Blitzarves and Stewart and all these guys in their prime. So
obviously they think Reece Stanley's the answer at ruck because they didn't upgrade after Goldstein re-signed it.
Well, I was talking to one of my friends. I can't say his name.
On the pod,
Let's call him Pat, I think. Yeah.
Oh, it's copyrighted.
They're on leave now, but he was saying before, like on Friday, they were doing numbers, like crunching the numbers on the players, like Jenkins and stuff. Just I don't know what numbers are. Maybe like time on ground and how efficient they are with all that, but all the numbers anyway. And they were saying in the short term, getting Stevens and Jenkins was good because they'll provide something. But in 4 or 5 years, that's when they won't be there. So
well, they got too many players in that 30 age bracket as well. But obviously they're gearing up for another flag assault. And you reckon Jacobs to Giants because they're obviously missing a ruckman. You reckon that's gonna?
Mumford's re-signed, I think. He's going around again.
Is he going around again?
That's what I heard,
Okay. Based on his finals campaign, I didn't think he'd be...
Maybe they'll put Jacobs as number 1 and have Mumford in the reserves or just back up maybe.
Yeah, well they don't have much depth. I think one of their ruckmans got an ACL, so he's probably out for most of the year. You reckon that'll push him up to...
I don't know. Jacobs is a good tap ruckman, isn't he? So he might give those like Kelly and Tarantos first use.
Yeah.
But Giants, they might look to draft one. They're gonna have another good draft hand as well. So
who are they getting with their first
pick?
Academy players.
Yeah, like Josh, Tom Green would be one, but they're an interesting position because they've got pick 6, but Green might a bid might come from him earlier, so they don't want to use that.
So what happens then if he gets bid at pick 4 or pick 3?
If he gets bid at pick 3, then that 6 becomes 3, and they lose that. But they want to use. But to get 2 top 6 picks, they're looking to trade, I think, with Melbourne. So get pick 3, so move 6 up to 3. So then you're not going to get a bid for the Green then. Yeah. And then they'll get another extra pick somewhere else. So
they've got Ward, Cornelio, and then Tom Green.
And potentially like a Caleb Strong.
Another one as well.
Another one. So
midfield-wise, they're pretty strong.
Yeah. So, I mean, they are losing players, top-end players for lesser picks.
Every year,
yeah. But they're also getting more and more picks. Like Dylan Shield, for example. He got 2 first-rounders for him. They're balancing all this. So.
And they're keeping the ones they want to keep. Obviously, Whitfield and Cameron are probably the next ones they got to keep. Yeah, so they got a few players off their books to give that salary cap room. So no, they're a smart club off the field. Yeah, so that's pretty good. And what do you think about Gold Coast? Like Jack Martin wanted to go to Carlton, and he was not under contract. So the Blues had, GWS didn't have much power, but they refused to let him go. So why do you think they did that? They took a stand essentially. Like, they were demanding a first round pick, which based on his career, he's not worth the first round pick. He's probably worth the second or a third. He's been really inconsistent.
Yeah.
I mean, he was the best 17-year-old in the country back when they had that
mini
access.
draft. Yeah.
But
he hasn't lived up to the hype.
No, not at all.
Yeah. And he's played 100 games as well, so you'd think that.
Well, I don't mind them taking a stand because they've lost so many good players to clubs. I mean, they lost their captain to Richmond last year.
I think they wanted Carlton's pick 9, but they were willing to give up 15, so like a 6-pick upgrade. But Carlton didn't want to do that. That's what it's been reported. So do you think for them, their stand to like make to be worthwhile, they need to scare Carlton pretty much that they'll pick him up again if he's in the draft. So now he can nominate for the pre-season draft or the national draft.
So he's probably. I mean, he's got to nominate a fee, like the fee as well.
Yeah,
he's got to nominate his salary.
Like a 1-year contract.
Yeah. So I think he'll probably price him out of Gold Coast's salary cap. I don't see Gold Coast picking him up.
Melbourne, if this is a pre-season draft.
Well, I mean, again, I think Josh Marnie said no, and I think his manager was on radio the other day saying he pretty much told Melbourne he wants to go to Carlton.
If he's in the pre-season draft, I think Gold Coast have to try to pick him up. Because otherwise, what's the point? Otherwise, if Melbourne, all Melbourne. Yeah. But if Melbourne's not, they need, because otherwise he's just going to get to Carlton for free, and that sort of undoes all the good work of them taking a stance, I think. Or they have to try to get him into the national draft.
Yeah, and they need. I mean, I think Luke Bob did it back in the day, but they need some kind of compensation, as you said. They put a lot of time and effort into it.
I'm happy for that to happen. If Carlton were to pick him up with I don't know what picks they have, but
3 or 4.
They've got pick 9, and maybe they'll have a second rounder. So if he gets to the second rounder, fair enough. But I don't want to see a good player like that go in the preseason.
Because you can see him turning into a starter.
Yeah. Like Nick Stevens was the last one to do that. Yeah,
and Port won the premiership the next year. So, but I mean, Gold Coast aren't in a strong position as Port was back in the day, and I thought Gold Coast had a great period too. Like Ben King signing, re-signing.
That came out of nowhere almost, didn't it?
Well, the Saints were talking about picking him up, and they were saving a first rounder next year.
Which is a bit disrespectful and arrogant, don't you reckon?
I think everyone, apart from Saints, were happy that he re-signed, pretty much. So hopefully they get Max King maybe too. I don't see that happening, but...
Rankin's re-signed, Lukosius, I hope he does as well. So now I'm bullish about the Suns. I want to see them, I've spoke about this before, I want to see them make it, so...
And they get Rowland Anderson, obviously 2 ready-made midfielders.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And Ellis and Greenwood aren't big pickups, but
they're important pickups. Yeah.
And they'll easily be in their best 22.
Yeah.
Straight away. So.
Let's talk about teams that might push up into premiership contention. Might talk about West Coast in a bit, but let's talk about the Bulldogs because they got a couple of bookends which will straighten them up and solidify their defense.
So they got Josh Bruce.
So Josh Bruce will pick a second round pick and a third round pick. Okay, I think that was equivalent to about pick 22.
Which is reasonable. I think he was top 5 in contested marks for a key forward. So they haven't paid much, and they do need support. I think we talked about the whole way through that they need support for Norton.
Yeah.
You need 2 key forwards. You can't just have one.
Yeah. And one if you like Shaki, who's hot and cold.
Yeah, exactly. You can't rely on him just yet. Yeah. And if Shaki plays as the third tour, you can see him having more consistent form as well.
Yeah, that's a good pickup. St Kilda had to let some go because they couldn't bring in 5 players and keep all of them. So Alex Keith was the next one from Adelaide.
Showdown medalist this year.
Yeah, 28-year-old. He's an ex-cricketer, so his body hasn't sort of had to play footy for many years, so he might have a few more years than like a normal 28-year-old.
So he'd slot back in
defence,
and then you'd have Bruce for it.
Yeah. So they needed a defender, so they got their 2 targets. So and they were able to hold on to pick 13, so they didn't have to split it or trade it. So for a second and a third rounder, so that was pretty good. So that'll they'll play round 1 and. Apparently he was injured and they didn't tell him.
There was a bit of drama about that. I think was it Sam McClure saying, I think he did a medical, and Western Bulldogs said he's got an injury, which Adelaide didn't pick up.
Like a shin, like a chipped, broken.
Yeah, so he's had to have surgery, and he's cancelled an overseas trip, so he hasn't had the best start to his Bulldogs career, but I think he'll slot down nicely at an half-back.
Yeah, so I can see Western Bulldogs challenging for maybe your top 4 next year.
Yeah.
Who else do you think can challenge for a premiership?
Premiership, probably the Eagles, I think.
Yeah.
Probably not challenge. They're already challenging for a premiership, but they've I think gone one step closer. Yeah.
They pretty much got the best player available.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, what do you think of the haul they gave up for him? What was it, 2 first-round picks and a second-rounder?
Yeah, quite a lot. Yeah. I'll bring it up here on our...
5 picks involved, or 3 picks involved.
Yeah, so West Coast received Tim Kelly and a 3rd round, but Geelong got a first-rounder, pick 14, a second-rounder, and a future first-rounder. So, yeah, you're right. So, that's quite a lot.
Yeah.
And they only gave up a 3rd, so... It's equivalent to pick 1 and a later pick.
Yeah. Well, you can see why your mate said Geelong are going to struggle in 4 or 5 years' time. They're giving up all their first-rounders this year and next year.
Who? No.
Geelong. No, they're giving up their first... They're not taking a first-round pick, right?
Geelong. No, Geelong get a first round.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's the other way around. So West Coast don't get it. West Coast, their first picks later on. But so, no, he was saying they'll be okay next year.
Yeah.
Because they got Stevens and... Yeah, but in 4 years' time, that's when you don't have that experienced player and Hawkins and Selwood retire, they might be worse. But then these picks might come on, So they could be another sort of a 2001 draft. Yeah.
Well, West Coast really struggled, I think, with the ground ball. Like, their midfield's pretty good, but Tim Kelly, I think, was rated in the top couple for ground balls. So you really add to their midfield, I guess.
Yeah, so now they've got Shuey, Yo, Gaff, Sheed.
Redden as well.
Exactly, so probably the best midfield.
Yeah, I think it has to be.
Deepest anyway. Like, Richmond's got the quality, but these guys...
battle a lot deeper.
Yeah.
Anyone else you thought move forward?
We have to mention the St Kilda, I think. Let's just mention
not premiership contending, though.
No, but they did pretty well for a smaller club.
Yeah.
They were able to get 5 players. Who do you think will have the biggest impact out of them?
Brad Hill.
Brad Hill, okay.
I don't think he's worth that. Like, the reported contract's $900K over 5 years. I don't think he's worth that. But I mean, he's probably the best wingman in the game, and Fremantle got what they wanted.
Yeah.
They got a first-round pick, and
initially they wanted to pick 6, but they were able after St Kilda traded it, they were still able to get a pretty good deal. Pick 10.
Blake Acres who was a former first-round pick, and he's 24. He's a good age.
Yeah, and he's a Western Australian.
Yeah.
And they got pick 10 and second round selection and a third round selection. That's pretty good. So a bid for their academy player Henry won't come in the top 10, so they're looking maybe pick 15. Okay, so they'll be able to get pick before then. I think they have their own pick as well. They got pick 7. So so it's
got
3,
a strong draft.
3 top 15 picks, similar to what you guys had last year. So
you see any other pickups making a big impact? The Saints anyway. Zach Jones or Dougal Howard. Or was it Paddy Ryder? Who's the other one? The Richmond player. Dan
Butler, yeah. Maybe Dougal Howard. Yeah, I think he should definitely get games because he probably should have got games for you guys. But but with Nathan Brown and Carlisle's good, but Brown's a bit old. Howard will definitely sort of get that second key defender, you reckon? You think?
I think he's definitely in their best 22, and the contract they're giving him
5 years or something.
$3 million or nearly.
Yeah.
So they've got shown a lot of faith in him, and he obviously captained the game for us this season too. So he's got some leadership qualities as well.
So in the end, that pick turned out to be around about pick 18 or something, didn't it?
Yeah, we had.
It could be simple.
We had 10.
Yeah.
And then we gave up 10 to get 12 and 18. But I don't agree with the move at all. I think Paddy Ryder, I don't think we'll miss too much because he wanted 2 years and we were only giving him 1.
So Ken Corns had a big go up Port Adelaide for this. I didn't entirely agree with him, and I don't normally agree with Andy Marr. I think he's a bit of an idiot, and pretty one-eyed Carlton supporter, but
He's not coming on.
yeah, when he talked about this trade, I think he made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So the way he said it was, Paddy Ryder is just steak knives, yeah?
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
pretty much getting off your book, so you can't
Just
really...
a bit hard last year,
Yeah, and the way he saw this was, so Dougal Howard was worth just swapping your pick 10 for 12, so
Yeah.
it's not much difference there, and getting pick 18.
Yeah.
So say that because of that pick downgrade, is it?
Yeah.
Pushes that 18 more like 21, 22. So
Yeah.
pretty much Dougal Howard for about pick 22, which is probably about fair. I'd
Yeah.
say.
Well, he wasn't playing in the team. I mean, I think he's. I mean, you can't. I mean, Kane would say he's a potential All-Australian. You can't predict that based on the year.
Mm-hmm.
But he did have a great 2018. 2017, he was a really good player as well. But again, it's to be proved, I guess. So
Yeah. So you guys have picked 12, 18, and 29, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you have 29? You do, yeah? Yeah.
29.
So you think a bid for Mead might come in that early 20s, maybe? So would you reckon... You should probably trade 29.
Yeah, I think Mead's definitely going to get taken by Port.
Yeah.
So the way they're talking about him, he wasn't in the All-Australian team as well. So yeah, I think we'd have to move up from there. So there's probably still a bit of trade. It's not just our
Yeah,
team
because
as
you
well.
can trade up to like the day before the draft or something, yeah? And then on draft
Yeah, and
day
then on
itself.
draft. So
yeah.
I mean, you're saying before GWS want to move up as well. So there's still a few,
Yeah.
I think, trades or pick trades to be done.
Okay. Can we talk about... We'll talk about the Kangaroos a bit, I
Yeah.
suppose. So we had... Yeah.
Pretty quiet, and then you had
Yeah, very quiet and pretty boring. And then what did we do? We tried the pick swap. So that...
Yeah, what do you think of that?
Oh, I was pretty shocked when I first heard it. So it's pretty much us giving up our first pick from a bunch of Melbourne's picks.
Yeah.
Initially, I didn't want to do it because I had my eyes set on some of the kids at about our range, like
Yeah.
the Flanders, Stevens,
Yeah.
Ash and all these guys. But looking into it a bit more, you sort of realised that it was a good pick for us. Like in terms of points, we can't lose even if Melbourne win the premiership next year.
Yeah.
So we pretty much traded around 1
Yeah.
for around 1, 2, and 3. So we
Okay.
were able to,
So you got 3 picks for 1.
yeah, pretty much. So if Melbourne finish mid-table again, it means we get a bonus pick 2 and 3, pretty
Okay.
much. Which I reckon it's more likely than not likely they'll finish middle table.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be
Yeah,
high up the
them
ladder.
finishing that low again or like in the top 4 is
Yeah.
probably unlikely. So,
It's a good hedge anyway.
yeah, it's pretty good. And we also, and being an even draft, it meant that we have pick 26 now, so
Yeah.
26 and our own 27, and then in the third round we have 47 and our own 50. So we might look to push up a little bit in case there's a player that's at about 20
Yeah.
that's available. But yeah, I'm quite happy. And later on, and to Melbourne, I think they just wanted to get their hands on that pick 9 to get maybe a small forward like Waitman. So he's
Okay.
been touted as the best small forward.
Yeah, and they've made it hard play for Jamie Elliott, so
Yeah, exactly. And they need that type of... I think Garlick got delisted. So,
yeah, they need
Yeah.
someone in that
so
position.
it might not be Waitman. A lot of the time these things are wrong, so
Yeah.
it could be someone totally different. But yeah, Melbourne were desperate to have that 2 picks inside the top 10. So
Yeah.
Melbourne, they've been pretty ballsy with some of their drafting lately, yeah?
Yeah, they've got
And trading. Because the Kelly trade, how they traded pick 2 for Dom Tyson,
yeah, that's right.
Salem, and another something else.
Yeah, it's not sure why. I think they're trying to. Yeah, I think they obviously think they're
They've got the young talent.
about where they were the year before when they made the prelim. So I think they're probably overestimating their list, but I mean, I'm probably telling 12 months time how good those decisions were.
Yeah. And the other trade to happen was the second last trade was we received Aiden Bonner and 4th round selection for next year, tied to Melbourne again. So next year I'll be barracking or following 2 teams pretty closely.
Yeah.
Barracking hard against Melbourne.
Yeah.
Imagine if Melbourne finished like last. We get pick 1.
Yeah, no.
Is it possible? Do you reckon?
No,
I spoke to my friend yesterday and he's pretty pessimistic about Melbourne's chances.
I don't think they'll finish last. I think that's probably still Gold Coast for 1 more year at least. But if they have another year like that, then they win. The second last straight this season.
Who?
Melbourne.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah, but a lot of their games they were in, and they were sort of just unlucky in some of them, and just they were a really good second last team.
it's gonna be like the Adelaide and Carlton
But for Melbourne,
season.
they've got their defense is alright. Like Lever, May,
if they.
if they're not injured and playing, their forward line's the one that they could like.
Well, who's the? It's still McDonald and Wiedemann, isn't it?
Yeah. So
It's not a top 8 team. I think the way it's constructed at the moment.
like normally I like Melbourne. I sort of want them to win, but next year I'll be total opposite and
Watch more Melbourne
it'll be
games
so
than North
good.
games.
Maybe it's a good idea. Maybe should I put money against? Maybe put money on him, so just hedge your bets. But imagine that go into the draft with pick 3 and say pick 10. That'd be awesome.
You wouldn't have had a pick number 1 ever, right?
No, we haven't. No.
Yeah.
Have you guys had one?
No. I think even in '97, I think we had access before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No wooden spoons?
No wooden spoons, no.
Okay. Anything else? What do you want to talk about?
So Eddie Betts, so he got picked up by Blues.
Yeah, he
Late round
he
pick,
went
but-
to his old club. Mm-hmm.
Do you reckon he's going to be, I guess, prove... I think Teague was pretty much the one that got him on board. He was the forward coach at Adelaide when he was dominating.
Yeah, I think Betts will just be Betts. He'll do the sort of spectacular occasionally, but he'll still have his quiet games.
Well, that's the thing. I look at his stats, 25 goals last year from 21 games, and that's taking out the 2 Gold Coast games. So he kicked 37, but he's kicked 2 bags of 6 against Gold Coast. So I think the main role is obviously to mentor the players, and Jack Munn and Tom Papley were the 2 he's spoken about, but they haven't got him yet. So we'll
They're not
see.
getting Papley, they might get Martin,
Well, I think maybe the sign of the Blues' progression this year, which I think everyone thinks they will, is players like Cade Simpson and Eddie Betts not getting a game, because you don't want those to be relying on those players forever.
Yeah, it's nice to see him end his career back
it's
at
good
Carlton.
homecoming,
And I'm sure he'll be pretty good. But he might get dropped, saying that, like you were saying, so maybe a bit about Aiden Bonner. So this guy was a pick 11 a couple of years ago. He had done his knee, an ACL prior to being drafted, but last couple of years he's played every game. So I think towards the end of his under 18s and the last 2 years, he's played either at the Neefle, I think, and 6 games with the Giants. So he did play 4 games last year in his debut year. A couple of good games.
Did you rate, because his Neefle form, they were saying like he's on the averaging sub 20 or 20-ish.
Last year he was good. This year he was, his numbers were a bit low.
Would you put a lot of weight on that though?
I don't know why that was. Like, I've read that they were trying to make him a forward, like a small, like a forward, just because they had depth in the midfield.
Yeah, he's not going to get a game there.
Yeah, so, no, not sure what it is, but, from all reports, he was highly rated. Like, before his knees, I think he was very highly rated, like top handful of prospects. So to get him for pretty much nothing, like a pick slide of about 15, and then that's because of the salary. It was like a salary dump. So
he's a good size too. Like he'll give good support to Cunnington
exactly.
in the midfield.
Might potentially replace that Zeeble type.
Yeah.
He's good at tackling. His tackle numbers were pretty high, even though his possession count was a bit low. And he's best mates with Luke Davies-Uniacke.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, he said he's like rooming with him or like staying with him. So
temporarily.
hopefully, that makes they both can come up together and
I was going to ask you about Harley Bennell. You reckon he'll get picked up? There's been a lot of optimism in the last couple of days.
Yeah, I think Daniel Cherney from The Age was saying it's guaranteed to get picked up. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, some
pre-season or national?
I'm not sure. Could be delisted free agent. Okay. Yeah. I don't know what club though. Do you have any? Do you think any club he's suited to? Any club? What? Hawthorn?
No. I was gonna say. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say either Richmond or maybe not West Coast. And I thought you were pointing at Hawthorn.
Oh.
I think Richmond.
Richmond, did they already? Remember they tried to get him and then they didn't a few years ago.
Did they? Was that Yaron or that was Bennell? Maybe they have gone.
But they might get him now because they're now there. Well, they have nothing to lose, sort of thing. Yeah.
Well, like you were saying before, they got a great midfield. Like their top 3 or 4 is really good, but they've lost Ellis. They probably need.
Yeah.
And Pickett's played 1 game. It's a great game, but
He's got to be a strong club, yeah. Like
It's got to be. And like Sydney was talked about. Sydney's got great culture, but they don't. You'd want a team that's in premiership contention getting Bennell.
Like a Geelong might be good.
Maybe Geelong. Like you wouldn't have to pay too much, I would have thought, after all the.
You'd want his
issues.
off-field stuff to be sorted, like he's matured and like don't do drugs or whatever, and take your rehab seriously.
Yeah, and if his body's right, like if the calf injuries issues are over, as they've said the last couple of weeks, he's top 20 player in the AFL probably on talent alone. I think you mentioned maybe a few months ago he was the one getting tagged at Gold Coast instead of Ablett. I think Dust Santo had said so.
His numbers were like really good in that 1 year. I think he averaged 100 Supercoach points.
Yeah.
But hopefully he gets picked up and he can show what he's got. Couple of coaching appointments. Longmuir. Justin Longmuir. How many reporters do you think will get him confused with John Longmire?
Yeah, probably half. It's a similar name.
Justin Longmire and John Longmuir.
So he was the Pies backline coach the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So he's obviously got James H across already from the Pies. So I think he'll be fairly good. It's obviously a rebuilding Freo. They're not in premiership contention, so he's probably got a few years to get them right.
Yeah.
And then what about Matty Nix too? So he got appointed as the Crows coach.
Yeah, so he's from Greater Western Sydney. So I keep getting Matthew Nix confused. You remember that Australian terrorist that was in Guantanamo Bay? I think he was Nix as well, but some other Nix.
Okay.
But yeah, this guy, I don't know what. Did he play footy, Matthew Nix?
David Hicks.
David Hicks.
Yeah,
Is
that's what I'm talking about, yeah.
So Matty Nix.
He played for Swans, yeah.
Swans, okay. So so he wants to bring that family element back into Adelaide, which is I think is what they need. But Adelaide, I think he'll be good. He'll like give the youngsters more of a go. Like he's got rid of a lot of the older players. So I'm bullish about them. I reckon getting games into Fogarty and a couple of their picks last year, like Chance Jones and these guys.
And they've kept Brad Crouch as well, who's their BNF winner as well.
Like one of our friends, like Chad's friend, or our podcast guest, Ainsley, was, his predictions came true. Like he predicted the right place to go, and
there was like six players or 7 players. Might have been
quite a lot,
a lot.
But
lost count.
But only Keith was the one that had value.
Yeah, and that was on a long-term deal. Like I think it was a 4-year contract.
Yeah.
So to offer a 28-year-old a 4-year contract is that injury issues.
So, and the rest of them, the rest of the players they lost were either old or fringe players, right? So they got a lot of salary off their books, which is good. So that maybe next year they can have a go at Grundy or another big fish. So
Grundy's the big one.
What else did you want to talk about?
Maybe talk about Port.
Yeah, what do you want to say about?
So I think the Dougal Howard have already done that. I think.
Oh, let's talk about Wines quickly.
Yeah, that's as we were saying.
So
before,
the reports came out that Wines management had contacted Carlton, and he wanted to go there. So
I think it got proven right the next couple of days that there was some talk from his side of I think a possibility of Carlton getting him. Now it's a huge problem for Port. Obviously, he's been named the captain. He's the co-captain.
Yeah,
you would have thought
their star. He just had a bad year.
Yeah, I think it was his own doing too. Like the pre-season skiing incident was him. Not that you shouldn't have a life, but because of that, I think he broke his arm. Then he had a calf injury, so he went back to the SANFL twice.
Yeah.
I think he was in the team in the last couple of rounds, but he's I think the most highly paid player in Port history. I think 5-year contract for at least 3 million or 4 million. So
I hope it wasn't. Do you reckon it was just them getting the feelers out to see if there was any interest?
Well, I think that's the thing. I think they're trying to. Maybe he's not entirely happy with how the year went, or the culture, or something like that. But I think the Port this manager was saying I think every club brings up names.
Yeah, like, that's true. Yeah.
So we'd ask. So North Melbourne would get asked about Cunnington or Tarrant, who are untouchables.
It would have been like that. Yeah, that's true.
So I mean, you don't know. Like, there's probably a million players who get talked about that just don't make it into the media, but obviously the Wines one did. So.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's just the name being brought up and being a high profile, a captain, then it just gets. It's like a mountain out of a molehill type situation. Yeah.
Well, it would have been a disaster if he did end up going because Dougal Howard I think is going to be a really good player.
Okay. So now Wines is staying, and I'm sure he'll have a good pre-season, and then
No skiing this time.
Do you reckon he'll keep the captaincy, or will it just be Jonas? Is Jonas?
There's a lot of talk. Yeah, Jonas. I think there's a lot of talk about being sole captain. Based on last season, I think you'd have to go Jonas, but I think Wines is the long-term captain, so hopefully he does stick around. We need him, so.
Yeah, I think that's about it then. We might do a draft special post-draft, maybe?
Yeah. It's in November, isn't it? Late?
Yeah, late November. Yeah, it's 2 days, but...
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about it. Do you want to say who won trade and who lost trade, just in...
Who won
the
trade?
which team? Yeah.
Oh, the Saints have to...
Yeah, okay.
They're probably a clear number one.
Yeah, I'll just say Bulldogs.
Yeah. I think Giants and Bulldog... Not Giants and Bulldog. Giants and Cats are probably... And
The
Eagles
losers.
too. Not losers, but they've gone up a bit. Losers? I don't know who the loser is.
Losers... depending on what Danaher does next year, probably Essendon.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, I think Danaher was talked about enough the last 2 weeks for us to talk about.
Exactly. He could leave for a free agent, and Essendon will get picked 10 or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, thanks for listening.
Catch you later.